What up, Nick Nation? It's your boy, Juby the Toopy. Juby the Toopy. Wow, I'm tired, guys. Happy Saturday, April 2nd. The Knicks go down at home to the Cleveland Cavaliers. We knew that was going to happen. I did. The Knicks lose 119 to 101 in a score, no defense whatsoever in the game. Lots and lots to talk about. Obi Toppin drops 20 points. No Julius Randle. Tom Thibodeau lets us know that he is shut down for the season. Is the future bright with Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickly and RJ? Do we have a bright future ahead of us? These two guys have been spending a lot of quality time, and I'll play a little video for you guys.
Always looking for him because he runs the floor very hard, so always try to reward him for running. And just outside of basketball, I probably hang with him the most, so a lot of chemistry off the floor translates to on the floor. So. Yeah, definitely.
A lot of chemistry between these two guys on and off the court, apparently, along with RJ and Mitch. We'll see what happens, guys. Up next, we have the Orlando Magics. The numbers for the season don't matter. Right now, we're just evaluating players. Who should go, who should stay. Should be fun. Stick around. I'm Juby the Tubi, Straight Talk Family above everything. And I'll be joined by Zen Ray from Zen Ray Sports TV. Coming at you. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday again, April 2nd. I'm Juby the Tubi, Straight Talk Family above everything. Welcome, guys. Apologize about this late show, but it is Saturday. The weather's getting nice, and I had the pleasure and honor to escort my beautiful wife to a carnival along with my son's first experience on a New York carnival. He had a lot of blast, a lot of money spent, but well worth it. Times like this is what's priceless, because you already know family above everything. Knicks go down swinging to the Cavs at home. As I stated, no defense whatsoever. Here's a little bit of some highlights that you can see. But really, guys, the only bright spot is that we got to see a lot of Obi Toppin. We get to see RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, and a lot of the youngsters develop some chemistry. And management gets to evaluate the players that they have for next season and who stays and who goes. So very, very interesting on what decisions they're going to make. I'm excited. The season's over. We're not making no play-in. We're not looking for a play-in. We're looking just right now to evaluate plays. As you can see, Obi Toppin winning for the slam. The guy plays great on fast break points. That's why him and Emmanuel quickly and RJ get along so well. And once we get another player in here that can spread the offense and move that ball around, I think Obi Toppin's only going to get better, man. Sky's the limit for him. But let's get Zenray from Zenray Sports TV in here. See how he's doing. See what his take was from tonight's game. And he should be just about ready to go. Give me 1 second. We'll get Zenray in here.
Family above everything. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was just mentioning to Nick Nation, I just want to welcome you, Juby the Tubi. Family above everything, your people, New York Straight Sports Talk. Welcome, welcome. Well, once again, the Knicks defense is non-existent, Juby, and you expect that from a team who don't have all their major pieces in there and letting the young kids play. So I'm not disappointed. I mean, we expect us to beat Cleveland. They're just a very, very talented team. What gets me more kind of upset is like a team like Cleveland has built their team much faster than we did. But look, they're gonna be in it. I think we'll be a better team for it next year. The Knicks taking baby steps. The organization kind of took a back step this year compared to last year. And look, I'm just happy that the Knicks are going in the right direction. Julius Randle once again didn't play. They're saying a quote unquote some kind of thigh contusion that he's been suffering from last couple of months and they didn't play him. He was in street clothes. What's your take on the game and what's your take on Julius Randle being on the bench and not playing?
Salute to you guys again. Thank you for having me on Zenray Sports TV. We apologize for such a late post game, but like I was explaining to my viewers, weather's getting nice, beautiful weather. It's almost summertime. We gotta enjoy times like this, and I had the privilege of having go take my son to his first carnival experience ever since he's been born, and he's 6 now. And he had a great time. So it's times like this that we value the most. Family above everything. But the Knicks, I got to see up until the third quarter, and then I had to have a little recap and catch up on because, like I said, I had to leave, guys. But what I saw was we got to see the young kids a little bit. No defense. Of course, no Miles McBride. I was a little upset about that. I didn't even know he was out tonight's game up until the game started. No Quentin Grimes, we knew. Julius, as you stated, Zenray, according to Tom Thibodeau, he's pretty much shut down for the season. With only 5 games left, I think, or 4 games left. Apparently, he's been battling something with his quad or something, and it's been affecting him for about a month and a half, but he's been playing through it. And because we all know as Knicks fans that the play-in tournament is officially done for us, I think they decided to just kind of shut him down, work for next season, whether that's here with us or with another team, that is to be determined. But I will tell you right now what's happening is Knicks management is getting a look at life without Julius, what that can look like. They're getting a look, is Mitchell Robinson worth that contract extension? They're looking at Emmanuel quickly. Can he be a big part of a point guard future? Is he still light years away, or is he ready now? I mean, he's not ready, and we got to go get us a Brunson or somebody else. And a bunch of other things. A lot of exciting stuff. I'm excited because although it's a sad season and we're not going anywhere, we got a lot of bright future. When I see Obi Toppin playing and Emmanuel quickly, the chemistry that they're developing with RJ, I played a little clip that you can catch on Twitter if you haven't seen the Zenray, or check it out. Basically, Emmanuel quickly states that he hangs out with Obi Toppin the most on the team, on and off the court. They're very good friends, and their chemistry is developing on the court and off the court, and you love to hear things like that.
Look, I mean, we saw it in the summer league when they came in and they played, and you saw the chemistry there. I mean, those are 2 rising stars for the Knicks, and kudos to the Knicks in the way they drafted. But I think if they knew what they had or didn't have in Julius Randle, because right now, last year we were saying if you knew what you had in Julius Randle, this year you're saying, oh, something that we didn't have or don't want from Julius Randle. I think that right now the pick that you made with Obi Toppin was the right pick. But last year people were saying maybe if you would have had Halberton was the guy was for the pick, maybe the next point guard situation would be fixed. But science hindsight is 2020, so we don't know. But right now, seeing Obi Toppin the way he's been playing, he's a running gun, high flyer, Skywalker type of player. He's not that bruising power forward that Randall is. Two different types of games. So with the youth of this team and the way they run, that's the exciting part because Obi Toppin can get you points in bunches if he's a high flyer and he's running down the court. I mean, he's a big guy, and you just have to lob the ball to him, and he's going to catch and do some magical things around the rim with it. So, look, I look forward for all these players. Getting back to Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson right now, it's a 50-50 proposition in the same way in Julius Randle of them even being in a Knick uniform next year. So that's something to basically keep tabs on because those are the two most interesting offseason decisions that the Knicks will have to make between now and then before we start the new season. Besides that, you also have to look at Burks and Fournier. Where do they fit with this team? Is Fournier is gonna? You think Fournier is gonna be here? We don't know. I think one of those two guys has to go so you can make room for Cam Reddish and these other young players on this team. Now, addition by subtraction, if you get Randall out of here, okay, Topping has a spot. Then you would have to probably get rid of, if you get rid of Robinson, Nolan Snow probably the starting center next year, and with Sims backing up and Taj Gibson being that third option coming in. And Taj Gibson also played power forward because you saw him in the power forward there for Obi Topping when he sat down. So you have a lot of options. Also, Barrett plays the power forward. There's a lot of different options going here. So right now, Juby, if you had to take a guess, and we'll be doing a show like you mentioned yesterday, in yesterday's show, that we're gonna put players up on the screen and we're gonna decide if they'll be in a Knick jersey next year or not. But right now, if you had to take a guess, who are the 2 or 3 players that you see definitely not coming back with the Knicks?
Uh, I'll just touch up on that tonight, and then I'll give you guys my full scale evaluation on why they will be here or why they will not be here. But I think, as I stated before in previous shows, for the right package, again, it's a Nick dream. It's a fool's goal, like my partner likes to say. Again, I'm hearing Spider Mitchell is not happy. He's very unhappy in Utah. He is one playoff elimination for demanding a trade, and close to his people in his circle are stating that he wants New York. Uh, I see Julius being involved in something like that. If that happens, that's where I think Julius will go. If something like that doesn't happen, I don't think the Knicks are gonna just let Julius Randle go for peanuts. I think they'll give him one last go. Alex Burke, as much as Tom Thibodeau likes him, I think he will probably have to go because you need to make room for other players like Quentin Grimes, who he loves, and the rising of Emmanuel Quickly and the future of Cam Reddish. And Evan Fournier, I can't believe I'm going to say this. The guy's starting to grow on me. I know he's inconsistent. I know we bash him sometimes, but I do see his positives. I do see his ball creativity. I do see his off the ball movement. His running through screens. Would I like him to get better in defense? Absolutely. But the guy's only been with the Knicks for a year. I would give him another year and see how he goes. Unless again, I'm going to irradiate if the right deal is called.
Yeah, so you're saying that if you had a choice between Burks and Fournier, Fournier will be
My
the guy you
keeper.
keep in Burks, and
Yeah.
but the question is, if this question was posed privately between Leon Rose and Tom Thibodeau, who would be the odd man out? I have a strange feeling it would be Fournier. He's just a Burks Hive type of guy. He likes the honeys and bees flying around the hive of Burks Hive. So I don't know. That's gonna be a Nick organization type move.
Definitely.
So I don't know. I think Fournier for the money he's getting is gonna be tough for other teams to
to
take
move
him.
him.
But getting back to Mitchell, Donovan Mitchell, you're gonna have to give up some players and some draft picks, and you're probably gonna have to give up this year's draft pick, which I will do because right now you have enough talent on this team with the youth that you can build Donovan Mitchell lead with him and Barrett take lead with this team. So if you bring Donovan Mitchell here and you gather the talents of Barrett, because Donovan Mitchell is just going to make Barrett a much better player. That's point blank. And you take those two, the young, I think Donovan Mitchell is like 24 years old, 25 at best. You take those two players and you build it around this youth with Topping, with Cam Reddish, with
Obi.
McBride, Quickly, Quentin Grimes. You have a future, Sims. You have a future of Nick talent that can take you maybe up to the second round. And if you get another, if you could get a center in return with talent, um, listen, the sky's the limit. But look, one step at a time. So the Knicks lose last night 119-101. Juby, we look at the Cavs. They have Darius Garland, who he was a top 5 pick when Barrett was picked. I think Barrett was number 3, and they forgot the player number 4 who was picked. He's been injured all year.
Yeah,
I can't think of the name right
I
now.
forgot.
And then
Me too.
Garland was number 5, and he turned out this year to be an all-star. And the guy can play in 36 minutes of play. 8 for 19 from the field, 5 from 9 from the 3-point range, 3 from 4 from the free throw line. But look, this is the stat line that the Knicks miss so dearly. And I don't remember the last Knick who dished out 13 assists in a game. I think Derrick Rose came close. I think maybe he had 11. I mean, maybe if I remember. But 13 assists in a game. That's a true point guard. 24 points, a plus 22. This is why the reason, and their other point guard is injured.
Which we're interested in. So that's another key. That's another person that we can acquire this off season. So that's something to look out for. Like I said, we'll get to that in another show. But Colin Sexton, was it for him going down, Dennis Garland wouldn't be having the season that he's having. So I think they're going to be moving on from Sexton now and giving the keys to Garland.
But isn't that funny how you're only going to find what your bench players do if not given enough time when you had a guy like when you had Sexton playing there. Garland just came off the bench. So you didn't really see. You saw some spot moments the way we see Obi Topping some spot moments. So the only way you're going to know what you have if you play them, and I think the Knicks' eyes and eyebrows, like The Rock, are rising a little bit on Obi Topping. And I think if there's suitors for Julius Randle, like Mark Berman and these other analysts are saying that there were people interested in Julius Randle, and the same interest is there in the summertime. I say we make a move, and I don't think Mitchell Robinson is in the Knicks' plans next future. You can't give Mitchell Robinson all the money, and not he should be dominating games and putting on better numbers than he did tonight. And the night before was like average night. I mean, for me, he is the way the market right now. He's between a $14 and $16 million per year player.
I was gonna say $14-15 million.
Yeah. So look, remember, and they have, and the Knicks have some decisions to make. Look, if you look at Robinson in 29 minutes of play, he only had 7 points, and you only have 2 rebounds in 29 minutes of play.
Unacceptable for a 7-foot center and a blocker.
And if you look at who they had as a center, some guy called Brown. Brown. If you look at Brown's numbers here,
a Queens native. Shout out to Queens.
245 pounds. So maybe that's the reason he gave him some trouble. He's a big guy. He's 22 years of age. He averages 3.6 points per game, 2.7 rebounds. It's no excuse. He should have. I don't see why.
What do I always say, Zenray? The Knicks always make somebody look like an all-star. And this afternoon, that was, besides Dennis Garland, that was this guy, Brown, who was dunking the ball, grabbing rebounds, was dominating the actual thing we thought we were going to see from Mitchell Robinson. This guy Brown did.
Look, if you Brown looked impressive tonight. Gave Mitchell Robinson a hard time. The question now you come in the last 4 games, if Mitchell Robinson keeps on producing these numbers, I think the writings in the roll, a sign and trade is coming somehow, some way, because the Knicks could match and do a sign and trade with the team. We see what happens. That first quarter was almost giving him 40 points in that first quarter. Didn't start the quarter very well. Second quarter, you cooled them down a little bit. You were making a little run. You had them score 29 points, but the Knicks offense, they didn't really have offensive power. That had a lot to do with R.J. Barrett. Didn't have a very, very good game.
No.
Barrett looked confused defensively. He's been looking confused defensively for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 games. I don't know if he's getting tired. But look, Barrett is our guy. I'm not going to criticize him too much. But that's one of the reasons why the Knicks didn't score that much today. Because Barrett only in 34 minutes of play had 12 points. 4 for 18 from the field. Wow, he was in 1 for 3 from the 3-point range. Look, when Julius Randle's sitting down and you have Obi Toppin out there, Barrett, you have to kind of up your game a little bit. Look, we don't criticize you as much, but there has to be you have to. We'll give a benefit of the doubt. You had a bad game point wise, but you did the night before. Your points were there, and your defense was bad tonight. Your defense and your offense was a lot to be desired. Obi Toppin was a high man with 20 points.
And don't forget the key number in that 20 points. It wasn't the 20 points that impressed me. You know what impressed me? The 9 for 9 from the free throw line, ladies and gentlemen.
He looked smooth. If you looked at him, he looked very smooth hitting it, like all net.
It's working. It's working.
It was all he had the flick of the wrist here.
With the flick of the wrist.
But we play now. I think we play the
Magic.
And that's gonna be tomorrow.
Yeah.
At 6 p.m. So we definitely can do a post-game show after the game.
Yeah.
And we can do a follow-up on that. And look, as long as the Knicks play the young players, I mean, I just wish that Quentin Grimes was there and McBride was
and
available.
Reddish.
It was much better. I look forward for these last remaining 4 games that we have. Be interesting to find out more about these kids. Let Toppin play. Julius Randle. We see what happens for you next year. We appreciate what you said to the press the other night. We as New Yorkers will give you the benefit of the doubt. But right now, Leon Rose has a lot to think about with Tom Thibodeau and Scott Perry and World Wide West in terms of making a decision. How are you going to form this team into a winning team next year? And what point guard are you going to bring in? Because quickly, for me, is still not the answer. He's a great off-the-bench type guy who could reunite with Derrick Rose off the bench to reunite that second unit. How bad we missed Derrick Rose. That's one of the reasons that second unit was so good. Not having him this year shows that second unit doesn't have the firepower that it had when Derrick Rose was there. So, yeah. Juby, I don't know what else you want to say. Any last departing words?
I just want to say the future's bright, guys. Don't keep your heads up, because this young team that we have, although this is a losing season, like Julius said, we learn from it. They learn from it. They're gonna move forward. They're developing chemistry. They're gaining experience, and it's only gonna get better. I mean, we've seen strides from Quickly, from Obi, from RJ, and we hope that Julius, in some ways, is gonna still be a part of that. But if not, we got things to look up, which is Obi Toppin. And the guy's looking great. 30 plus minutes of play, 20 points, like we said. And a highlight machine. Just put the right pieces around these guys, and there's no telling what they can do. But again, guys, I appreciate you, everybody at Zenray Sports TV. And again, sorry about the late show, but we'll be back tomorrow night right after a post game. And we'll be back at it again, guys. So enjoy your evening. And as always, family above everything.
Thank you, Juby, and everyone from Juby Tubi, family above everything, New York Straight Sports Talk. We appreciate your time on this Saturday evening. I know a lot of people have plans and doing their thing, running around because, like Juby said, the weather is getting out much better out here in New York City. It's spring, and spring is coming up upon us real fast, and the weather is delightful. So with that said, I just want to say prayers out to the Ukraine and to Nick Nation and everybody around the world. Please keep your prayers out for the Ukraine, for a better life coming ahead for them. Never give up, guys. Never give up, knowing that the best is yet to come as long as you have love, peace, and gratitude. Juby, thanks again.
Thank you, my brother.
We'll be seeing you tomorrow evening against the
Orlando Magic.
And we'll see you then, Juby. Once again, thank you. Have a good evening. Love you, brother, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Love you too, man. Have a good night, brother. Later.
Good night.
All right, guys, that was Zenray with Zenray Sports TV. He's going to go do his family thing. It's Saturday night. Weather's still nice. No rain. Spring is upon us. So even though the clouds were bloom and dull on the Knicks this season, there's always a better tomorrow. The sun will always come out. So this is Juby the Tubi reminding you guys that you don't have to be blood to be family. And as always, family above everything. Have a good night, guys. Peace.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back on track, here we come. League is 7-21 and the Knicks are on a run. And I'll tell you with Tibbs, we have been too much to handle. With Barrett, Bullock, Burst, and Randel, it's the Knicks, and we're taking back our place. Everyone's gearing up with a mask on their face. The guard's going crazy, and they're doing it for a reason. This 21 is a Knickerbocker season. You better believe the Knicks got all that it takes. We're shooting 3-pointers, and we're running fast breaks. And if your defense makes a mistake, then BAM! Robbie dunks in your face. This is a team you don't want to miss. We are New York. We are the New York Knicks.